एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। Can open Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 1st chapter, text number 13, 10.1.13. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा।
Health is not very good. So, one month. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Together. Narayanam Namaskritam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jaya Mudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatir Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 1st chapter, chapter entitled The Advent of Lord Krishna, Introduction, text number 13. Naishatidu saha kshunmam tattodam abhibadhate pibantam tvanmukhambhoja Shutam Hari Kathamritam.
Naishatidu Hashakshumam Tyaktodam Pibadhatai Pibantam Tvam Mukhamboja Shutam Hari Kathamritam.
Word to word meaning? Na, not. Esha, all this. Ati dussa, extremely difficult to bear. Shut, hunger. Ma, unto me. Taktavdam, even after giving up. Drinking water. Api, also. Badhate, does not hinder. Pibantam, while drinking. Tad mukha ambuja achyutam, emanating from your lotus mouth. Hare Kathamritam, the nectar topics concerning Krishna. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. Because of my vow on the verge of death, I have given up even drinking water. Yet, because I am drinking the nectar of topics about Krishna, which is flowing from the lotus mouth of your Lordship, my hunger and thirst, which are extremely difficult to bear, cannot hinder me. So, the context of this verse is that Shukdev Goswami, Parikshit Maharaj has been cursed to die. Why he was cursed? Why he put snake on the on Shamak Rishi? Huh? Okay, Lord's arrangement. That's a divine answer, but and right answer. But what was the immediate cause? That's a ultimate cause.
Influence of Kali.
He was
Influenced by Kali.
He was thirsty.
Parikshit.
Parikshit was influenced by Kali. My God, never even think like this. He's a pure devotee, eternal associate of Krishna. How can such a personality be influenced by Kali? My God. Okay. So for that the answer is already given by Adhan Prabhu. If you want to think of a very remote cause, then the remote and ultimate cause is Krishna wanted Bhagavatam to appear. And Krishna wanted also to show that how a devotee reacts when he is cursed. So Krishna created this arrangement. There was absolutely no influence of Mahamaya or Kali. They have nothing, they cannot touch devotees. Kali can never. You know that Parikshit Maharaj was about to kill Kali? You know this past time? Yes. So there is a question of Kali took shelter of Parikshit Maharaj. How can Kali influence Parikshit Maharaj? Impossible. But someone else was influenced by Kali. Who was that? Shringi. Shringi was influenced, that is true. And from there came the downfall of Brahmanas. So that's a fact. Shringi is son of Shamak Rishi who cursed Parikshit. So that person who cursed Parikshit, he was influenced by Kali. And Kali entered through him, through Shringi, through the Brahmanas, degradation of Brahmanas, and not Parikshit. So Parikshit put snake because of immediate cause. Immediate cause was thirst, right? He was thirsty. He was feeling thirsty. He came to the house of Shamak Rishi, the hermitage of Shamak Rishi. Shamak Rishi was sitting in meditation, and Parikshit Maharaj, a thought came to him. Maybe he is, not respecting me, just doing a drama of this thing is not giving you water. I am asking water. Give me some water. He is not even giving me water. I am just doing like this. So let me also respect the sage by putting a garland. So he just put. But as soon as he did it and he left, immediately in his heart he felt, hey, what I did. How can I do such kind of thing? But the point here is that he did because of thirst. Okay. After that he left that place. And he was thinking in his heart of heart that what a mistake I did. Okay. And then he received a news that, and in his heart of heart, before he got the news, he was thinking in his heart of heart that I did such a blunder that may I personally be ruined by this offense what I have done, and may no one else suffer. And may I lose everything, but others don't suffer the reaction for this offense which I have done. So may I suffer. So a devotee, when he commits a sin or offense, a devotee never thinks that, oh, let me just chant Hare Krishna and somehow the other contract the offenses or sins. What he thinks?
Let me face the consequences.
Let me suffer the consequences. I should go through whatever is the right Krishna, but may you arrange whatever is best for me in this situation, and I am ready to suffer because I did a mistake. So at that point of time, the news arrived. Shamak Rishi sent the news to Parikshit Maharaj that Shringi has cursed you to die in 7 days. Parikshit became morose. He was very happy. That very nice. The reaction has come. So devotee feels happy when he sees that some problems come in his life. So devotee knows that what is happening. When problems come in devotee's life, what a devotee feels.
Problems are opportunities to take shelter of Krishna.
Okay, problems are opportunity to take shelter of Krishna. Very nice. Setup कौन करता है? आप करते हैं. My class setup there should be always whiteboard and it is compulsory part of setup. In more important classes, I can sit on floor, but need this. So what are what are question I asked?
What the devotee does when he get problems in.
devotee की life में problems आता है तो what all things devotee thinks. So first point Shivam said is
Problems are opportunities for
problems are opportunity to take shelter of Krishna. So the nice problem has come, Hari Bol. Now, till now I was so relaxed, I became so casual, in my bhakti. Now problem has come, now let me become serious. I have to take shelter of Krishna and forward Krishna. Okay, very good. What else?
It is Krishna's loving hand, and whatever he does is good for me.
Krishna is so kindly teaching me some good lesson. What is that lesson? I don't know. Maybe I may understand, I may not understand. Sometimes it may take 10 minutes to understand, sometimes it may take 10 years to understand. Right? It happens, no? I can't ask you this question because you have not yet experienced 10 years. But yes, sometimes what at least you may understand, something may happen, something very tragic and disturbing may happen, but we may not be able to understand that why it happened to me, how it is good for me. Okay, it is Krishna's loving hand, but how it is good. But a devotee has full faith, it is good for me. Maybe I'll understand today or maybe I'll understand tomorrow, but it has some wonderful arrangement for me. What else? What else a devotee thinks? क्या हो गया ये चले गए में? Yes, Modi, what else? What else devotee may think when the problems come?
Do you think that he deserves more what Krishna is giving?
Krishna's mercy, same point.
Whatever I'm getting it, my past karma only. This is being manifested.
So yeah, very good. So इसी direction में, then what devotee thinks? It is like मेरा past karma मेरे को आना ही है. So it is very nice. It has come now. ठीक है. So अभी क्या हो रहा है? Exhaust हो रहा है. समझ रहे हैं? Right? There is a let's say I think Chetan Sen was giving this example, no? This is like अगर -50 है और नजरी आ रहा है तो क्या हो रहा है? नजरी आ रहा है तो अभी -20 हो जाएगा, है ना? Exhaust हो रहा है ना? सर correct? You remember this? Okay, so that way कुछ मिजरी आ रहा है, सफरिंग आ रहा है तो मेरा ही पुराना कर्म खत्म हो रहा है. अच्छी बात है. गुड. ठीक है. This is at least the lowest level. Lowest level, at least one should understand. One may not be able to see Krishna so much, but at least whenever at least the devotee should be in this much happy that मेरा कर्म क्या हो रहा है? Exhaust हो रहा है. Right? My only karma is getting exhausted. And further, he can see Krishna's hand. Then he can say that how this is, Krishna is doing something wonderful in my life. This is some arrangement of Krishna. And more he is advanced, he is able to see that, he is able to see very clearly that this is an opportunity for me to take shelter of Krishna. Okay? Clear? So in that way, devotee is always welcoming misery. Right? So here Parikshit Maharaj was very happy. He immediately made his son, what is the name of his son?
Janmeja.
Janmeja. Very good. How you know? How you know? उसकी कथा आपने सुनी था, बहुत अच्छा. तो Parikshit Maharaj's son Janmeja, he met Janmeja the king, and then Parikshit Maharaj left, 7 दिन बचा, he left, and he decided now to fast from water. He was thirsty, remember. Now he decided to fast from water, and now Shukdev Goswami is doing katha. This is which canto? 10th canto. So that means अभी 9 cantos हो गए, तो almost 3-4 days हो गए होंगे, because 10th और 11th बहुत मोटा है, सबसे बड़े cantos है. So at least 3.5-4 days ऐसा करीब हो चुका होगा. तो 3-4 दिन हो चुके हैं और एक मोमेंट के लिए सोए नहीं है. कोई स्लीपिंग टाइम नहीं मिला था, चलो आज भागवतम क्लास खत्म है, सो जाएगी, ऐसा कुछ नहीं था. क्लास चले जा रहे हैं, 3 दिन से चल रहा है, ऐसे 3 घंटा नहीं बोला मैं, 3 दिन, ओके। 3 दिन से क्लास चल रहा है, कुछ ब्रेक नहीं, मेरा लंच ब्रेक नहीं, ड्रिंकिंग वाटर का ब्रेक नहीं, किसी तो जूस ब्रेक होता है हमारे तो कैंप्स में होता है ना जूस ब्रेक। So, कुछ जूस ब्रेक नहीं, लंच ब्रेक नहीं, ब्रेकफास्ट नहीं, रेस्ट नहीं, कुछ नहीं, कंटिन्यूस क्लास चले जा रहे, चले जा रहे, चले जा रहे, you know. So then after 3.5 days, you know, or 4 days, around that much time, now Shukdev Goswami may get a question that ठीक है मैं तो ऐसे जी लेता हूँ, ये किंग है, इनको थर्स्ट के कारण इन्होंने शनक ऋषि के गले में स्नेक लगा दिया था, तो इनको थोड़ा सा रेस्ट देना चाहिए अभी, है ना, बहुत समय हो गया, थोड़ा भी पानी पी लीजिए, है ना, ऐसे सुखदेव गोस्वामी के दिमाग में ऐसा थॉट आ सकता है. So see, that's why Parikshit Maharaj is saying what? What is he saying? Because of my vow and words of death, I have given up even drinking water. मैंने already पानी पीना छोड़ दिया. तो आप ऐसा मत सोचिए. Yet, because I am drinking the nectar of topics about Krishna, which is flowing from the lotus mouth of your lordship, my hunger and thirst, which are extremely difficult to bear, cannot hinder me. So ये मत सोचिए कि अभी मुझे बहुत भूख और प्यास लग रहा होगा, क्योंकि मुझे पहले शमीक ऋषि गले में मैंने स्नेक डाला था प्यास के कारण, लेकिन अभी प्यास नहीं है. क्यों नहीं है? क्योंकि if you are drinking regularly something, then how you will feel thirsty. But what I am drinking now? Krishna Katha. So let's read the very, very important purport. To prepare to meet death in 7 days, Maharaj Parikshit gave up all food and drink. As human being, he was certainly both hungry and thirsty. So ये भी हमको समझना चाहिए, when you hear these pastimes, you should not think that वो परीक्षित महाराज तो पूरी नित्य सिद्ध हैं, उनको थोड़ी ना ये सब होता है, ऐसा नहीं है. When you get this material body, when you come to this material world, get this material body, the same feeling is there. Okay, hunger and thirst, that feelings are there. But then there is a way one may be able to tolerate. If one is experiencing something higher, okay, right? Because that need is there, but that need is fulfilled by something higher, then you don't need something more. So that's what Prabhupada is saying here. As a human being, he was certainly both hungry and thirsty. And therefore, Shukdev Goswami might have wanted to stop narrating the transcendental topics of Krishna. But despite his fast, Maharaj Parikshit was not at all fatigued. The hunger and thirst from my fast do not disturb me, he said. Once when I felt very thirsty, I went to the ashram of Shamik Muni to drink water. But the Muni did not supply it. I therefore wrapped a dead snake over his shoulder. And that is why I was cursed by Brahmana boy. Now, however, I am quite fit. I am not at all disturbed by my hunger and thirst. This indicates that although on the material platform there are disturbances from hunger and thirst, on the spiritual platform there is no such thing as fatigue. Okay? Understand? This is very important. So one should understand this. Now next line is very, very important. Please hear this attentively and understand that what everyone in this world needs the most. The entire world is suffering because of spiritual thirst. People in this world are very eager to, not everyone, some people who are thinking, most of the people are thinking only about themselves and they don't care only what the world is, what's happening in the world. Right? What is the reason? What is the reason people in this world are generally selfish? Why generally people are selfish?
Because we all have come to this material world trying to become God. So if some other is in competition, so we try to become God ourselves instead. So competition.
others.
They cannot see others as part and parcel of Krishna. They cannot see others as part and parcel of Krishna.
This answer requires a more prerequisite. I think one more thing I can add before we talk this, because even if they see others as part and parcel of Krishna, say, so what? They may be part of Krishna, but I am Krishna. as above he says, they can't see themselves and अपने आप को भी वो नहीं देख रहे. They are not thinking that who am I. Neither they know their own spiritual identity, neither others. That's a good answer. Yes, next. Yeah.
They don't know their real selfishness. Nate vidu swatgati me Vishnu.
Gatin. Because they don't know ultimate Swarth. That's why they are little bit Swarth. They're thinking that the self, they don't know what is self. They're thinking self is this material body. So that's why, yes. But what else? Yes.
They turned away from Krishna.
Turned away from Krishna. Okay. Yes, Priti Sundar.
False identification.
False identification. इसमें आ गया वैसे. What else?
Everyone is looking for spiritual happiness, but they think that satisfying myself will satisfy me. While if I serve others, then I'll be miserable.
If I serve others?
We think that if we serve others, then we'll be miserable. If we become servant, we'll be miserable. And gratifying myself will help me.
What else?
Because I am selfish, I am saying all others are selfish, will exploit, to let me.
Fear of getting exploited. Okay, very good. I have another answer. All these answers are right. But I'll tell you something which can answer this question even more deeply and more properly. Because they are in need. Okay. I'll explain this. Anyone understood this answer, what I'm writing? See, you can never be selfless or trying to give others unless you are full. Then who like to give? Who has full? I am full. I don't need. Then you can actually give, right? You understand? If you are lacking, then even if you have desire to help others, you will not help others. Why? Or you cannot help others. Why? Because I need. They don't need. So people in general are selfish, right? Okay, all your answers are right, but I'm saying another point that they're in need. They're not fulfilled, right? And that's why they're selfish. So it's very common. So don't be surprised when you see someone selfish. Don't just tell them false identification. You're fool. You don't understand. Don't just you are envious. You want to become God. You don't have to. You have to understand that this person is so selfish. Because he's in so much of need. His heart is not full. That's why he's trying to grab and exploit and take. Right? But if he's full, then he may be happy to give. Right? But what is that need? That's what Prabhupada is saying here. What is that need? Entire world is suffering because of spiritual thirst. So we have to understand a person who himself is thirsty, how you can expect him to give others water. अरे वो बेचारा खुद ही प्यासा है, उसको क्यों आप एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो ऐसा? Right? Understand? That's why how can you expect materialistic people to become very generous and kind for everyone? How can you expect? You have to understand. Oh, these all people are, in need. They are suffering. They are suffering because of spiritual thirst. So we have to understand this is the real need. Okay, we are saying they are in need. What is that need? Spiritual thirst. What is that need? Krishna. Or Prabhupada says more clearly. Read further. Krishna Katha. Okay. More specific, they are in need of Krishna Katha. Every living being, now Prabhupada is explaining further, please hear. Every living being is Brahman or a spirit soul and needs spiritual food to satisfy his hunger and thirst. Right? Understand? So there is hunger in everyone's heart. जब तक वो hunger satisfy नहीं होगा तब तक you can't expect them to do anything good. Right? You understand? You can't think something nice will happen because everyone will be exploiting because they are unfulfilled. If I am unfulfilled, then I will always keep thinking, hey, what I can get from here, what I can. Obviously, a devotee knows one philosophy that how much ever you grab from everywhere, still you will be unfulfilled because the material things cannot satisfy. That much we know. But now we are discussing something next step of that. That is, what will satisfy? So Prabhupada is saying here very clearly that, see, you are Brahman, you are a spirit soul, and that's why you need spiritual food to satisfy your hunger and thirst. So first of all, we have to apply this in our own lives. We have to see how in my life, and how many of you can at least get a glimpse of understanding of this, that yes, I need a spiritual food. कभी आपने देखा है कि I am feeling, कभी आपने experience किया है malnutrition of a spiritual thing, कि मेरे को बहुत lacking लग रहा है, बहुत spiritual food का बहुत need लग रहा है कि मेरे को अच्छे से reading, hearing, chanting करना चाहता हूँ मैं, right? So very good. So because that's what we need, So this, to be able to experience this thirst, spiritual thirst, it is there, but to be able to experience it itself is a sign that we are at least growing now. That's very good. In this material world, people don't understand also that they are in that thirst. That is foolishly rotting. Prabhupada further says, unfortunately, however, the world is completely unaware of the nectar of Krishna Katha. लोगों को पता ही नहीं है कि spiritual food है क्या. Even if people talk, some people are thinking like that. There is a need of some spiritual food, spirituality. But in the name of spirituality, what they are doing? They are doing some sorts of dramas, many dramas. Like one drama is Satyagun drama. Okay, be natural, be this thing, that thing. Then another drama is yoga drama. प्राणायाम करो, योगा करो, ये करो. मतलब कृष्ण को हटाकर 1000 तरह की चीजें चल रही हैं पूरी दुनिया में, right? So called religiosity, so many things, so much drama. So, but point is that Prabhupada, that's why I'm making a point here. Unfortunately, however, the world is completely unaware of the nectar of Krishna Katha. The real need is Krishna, Krishna Katha. ये चाहिए हमको डायरेक्ट कृष्ण कॉन्शियसनेस चाहिए, डायरेक्ट कृष्ण के बारे में सुनना है. जब तक कृष्ण नहीं आएंगे, whatever so called nice things you keep doing to people, right, nothing is going to help them. They will remain diseased only. You have to give the real medicine. The Krishna conscious movement is therefore the boon to the philosophers, religionists and people in general. There is certainly a charming attraction in Krishna and Krishna Katha. Therefore, the absolute truth is called Krishna, the most attractive. So everyone needs Krishna Katha. Krishna Katha is the boon of our saying. Great boon for everyone. So we should know that this is the real solution everyone needs. First of all, we should understand for ourselves that how in my life, all I need in my life is Krishna Katha. Don't try to become satisfied and happy by any other subject or any other thing, because it will never satisfy. Okay. Right. So first of all, we have to understand our own personal need, and then second thing is we should become genuine well-wishers of others, and we should try to understand that what everyone in this world needs is this Krishna Katha. Okay. Please hear further. The word Amrita is also an important reference to the moon, and the word Ambuja means lotus. The pleasing moonshine and pleasing fragrance of lotus combine to bring pleasure to everyone hearing Krishna Katha from mouth of Shukdev Goswami. So now 2 points are there. Krishna Katha's 2 features are described there. First feature of Krishna Katha is, what are the 2 features? Anyone can say? Okay. Analogy. Okay. Moon, shine.
Relief.
Now, what is, these are analogies, but what is the point? What are the 2 aspects? This analogy you can discuss later also, but what are the 2 aspects? Obviously, these 2 analogies describe the 2 aspects. What is that?
Amrit and preference. Amrit.
Amrit. Krishna Katha is Amrit. What are the 2 aspects of Amrit? You're right. Amrit is the right word. But now Prabhupada is explaining this. Amrit is like, actually both comes in both. Lotus, Manshanya. Okay, but anyways, what are the 2 aspects? What this Krishna Katha is very important. It is not just analytical, it's very important to understand. It is pleasing. Okay. It is pleasing. But this is the second aspect. What is the first aspect? It is nourishing. Okay. So that we discussed already. That we need, our need is spiritual thirst. हम लोग को spiritual thirst और hunger है, ठीक है? So this Amrit fulfills that need. Now one may say, suppose something may be very fulfilling and very nutritious, but sometimes nutritious diet is not very pleasing. होता है ना, जैसे कभी बोलते हैं करेले, मम्मी करेले का सब्जी बना के देती है, बेटा खा लो, अरे नहीं बहुत अच्छा है, तुम्हारे हेल्थ के लिए अच्छा है, खाना होगा, स्टिक लेके खिला देती हैं, ठीक है खा लेते हैं, बट नॉट वेरी प्लीजिंग, बट इट इज गुड. But here Krishna Katha is not like that. Krishna Katha is both nourishing and pleasing. That's why it's called Amrit. Amrit is substance not experienced by people in this world. But huh? What? Amrit Keli. Yeah, Amrit Keli is like that, For example, the milk, condensed milk, it is very nutritious also, right? It is very nutritious and it is also very pleasing, right? So like that. So Amrit is like that. Amrit means which is very nutritious, but it is also very tasty. So Krishna Katha is like that. Okay, clear? Krishna Katha fulfills our spiritual hunger, but simultaneously it is very pleasing. Krishna Katha सुनने में किसको अच्छा लगता है यहाँ पर? सबको अच्छा लगता है. Who can say even the materialistic people, when they hear Krishna Katha, they like it. Who can say that I don't like Krishna Katha? Right? So it's very nice. So this is such a nice medicine. Only thing one has to take it. People don't want to take it because they think, अरे क्या Krishna Katha बहुत हो गया, अभी मेरा कथा करना है. Why you are not talking about me? Too much Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. बहुत हो गया Krishna, Krishna. The word, as it is said, Matirna Krishne Parato Sako Vamitho Abhivatte Tagraha Vratana Adanta Pobir Vishitam Mishram Puna Punasharvita Charvananam Because of their uncontrolled senses, persons too addicted to materialistic life make progress towards hellish conditions and repeatedly chew that which has already been chewed. Their inclinations towards Krishna are never aroused either by instructions of others, by their own efforts, or by combination of both. So the point what Prabhupada is focusing is, at the present moment, all of human society is engaged in the business of chewing the chewed. Puna puna sharvita charuna. So that is the addiction to material life. That is their thinking. Some material things will make me satisfied. So therein, the point which we are again discussing is they're in need. But they're in need of spiritual hunger and thirst. But what they're doing, they're trying to satisfy through material things. Maybe material name, fame, prestige. They're thinking, कि मैं और भी ज़्यादा लोग मुझे जानेंगे तो मैं satisfied हो जाऊँगा. If I become more rich, I'll be satisfied. If I become more famous, I'll be satisfied. If I become more popular, I'll be satisfied. So in that way, so many different ways people are thinking. But this is all not satisfying them. So they take it up, they chew it, there's no taste, they throw it, spit it out, कि बेकार है, ये सब नहीं होता है, no? So I've seen people also come to a point of saying, there's no use of earning so much money, there's no use of becoming popular, सबसे कोई फायदा नहीं है. They throw it, they spit out, and then after that sometime, they again pick up from the dustbin, maybe wash it, and put the chewing gum again back. Puna sharvita charuna. So there is chewing what has already been chewed and thrown. That's what is going on. People are prepared to undergo mrityu samsar vartamani, taking birth in one form, dying, accepting another form, and dying again. This is called puna sharvita. Again and again taking birth after birth after birth. To stop this repetition of birth and death, Krishna Katha or Krishna consciousness is absolutely necessary. But unless one hears Krishna Katha from realized soul like Shukdev Goswami, one cannot relish the nectar of Krishna Katha, which puts an end to all material fatigue and enjoy the blissful life of transcendental existence. In relation to Krishna consciousness movement, we actually see that those who have tasted the nectar of Krishna Katha lose all material desires, whereas those who cannot understand Krishna or Krishna Katha regard Krishna conscious life as brainwashing and mind control. While the devotees enjoy spiritual bliss, the non-devotees are surprised that devotees have forgotten material hankering. So why it is that devotees have forgotten material hankering? It happens. It happens that a person comes to Krishna consciousness and then before that he was running after matter, material life so much, and then he forgets all that. It happens or not? Yes. How many of you feel that happens? How many feel that it has happened to some extent in your life? I'm not saying that you have become completely transcendental to the three modes of material nature, but to some extent it has happened that yes, the way I was running madly for material things, I'm no more so mad, I'm little lesser mad. Now my question is why? They're surprised, hey, kaise ho gaya? Why it happens?
After we want happiness and happiness we are eating that, so what's the point in going?
Yeah, very simple. We are looking only for happiness. We are only servants of happiness. आनंद में अभ्यास है, मुझे हैप्पीनेस चाहिए, अभी मटेरियल लाइफ में मैं कोशिश कर रहा था, नहीं मिला, यहाँ पर आया, मिल गया, then why run more material life? Clear, no? Very logical and practical, no? Right? I want happiness only. Happiness is matlab hai mere ko. So that way very simple. So that's why we need to understand that this is our dire need. So practical application, conclude with, so we should obviously further verses and purports, we'll discuss this topic more tomorrow. Time is over, but to conclude with, we should understand that we have to give very high priority to our real welfare, right? We have to give that priority to our welfare. That is our real need, right? And for this real need, we should not foolishly try to make so many other priorities in our life, which creates a problem. That's for ourselves. Second important application is that we should be very clear this is the real need of people, and hence we should find innovative ways and methods how to help people get this Krishna Katha. You should be convinced, whoever a person may be, whoever we are dealing with, whether we are dealing with our relatives, parents, whether we are dealing with our first year boys, our college friends, or our professors, seniors, envious people, anyone, anywhere we see and find, and we see any erratic behavior or anything we see, we should always remember this point, that everyone is in need of Krishna. Krishna. हमको कृष्ण कथा चाहिए, but now I have to think how to give this Krishna Katha that they can accept it. Right? And maybe sometimes you have to create a hunger for Krishna Katha. You have to explain. That's why the first thing, as soon as you say, that's why the first and important preaching is, and that, what is the first important preaching which can immediately bring one the need for Krishna Katha? What?
That realize that their soul.
Dukhalayam Ashashvatam, people still continue. They think that ठीक है दुखालयम अशाश्वतम है, तब भी मेरे को कुछ तो अनुभव हो रहा है सुख. Yeah, you are not the body. You are not the body. You are a spirit. So as soon as you say this, you are like destroyed, because they have been thinking to make this body happy, and they are finding, yeah, I can make this body happy by some methods, right, of this material world, and they'll keep trying. But you are not the body only. Why you are working for this thing, Right? You have a spirit soul, you work on that. So Prabhupada also, that's why it begins in the purport, he says that every spirit soul is a Brahman, spiritual, and they need spiritual food. Then the connection can begin. You are not the body, spirit, soul, and you are part and parcel of Krishna. Right? You have eternal relation with Krishna. Then Krishna Katha becomes very relevant. So that's why we have to help ourselves by nourishing ourselves in Krishna Katha, and we have to help others by helping them understand the need. First we have to create a hunger, we have to make them realize, Hari Bol, you are hungry and thirsty. And then after that we have to give them prasad of Krishna Katha. Right? That's what all our sessions do. So we have to understand the real need and work on a real selfless platform. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Hare Krishna.